So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, my name is Stephen Reese. We are here until 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday, so we got Seth Viola aboard joining us a little bit later down. Just a couple things to talk about this morning. We'll open the phone line. Yesterday we only took a few calls. I only got a few calls yesterday, in the first hour now, right? So we're going to try to accommodate as many calls as possible during the course of the show today, as I see a lot of little cleanup and thing taking place all over Trinidad in terms of those who are affected by the rain. We do have some more rain coming this week. I tell you, the rain real falling, boy. I like this kind of weather, you know. But when I'm inside, and I'd rather wake up early in the morning. But nevertheless, we're here. All right. I want to say good morning to the regional viewers. I want to say good morning to everybody who we will see on Sunday. I could tell you now that the Minister of Social Development and Family Affairs, the Honorable Vandana Mohit, has confirmed that she will be attending, so that's great. It's going to be nice to have her presence there so that the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago can, speak to her directly. You know what I mean? This will be trying to create as well, I came to understand yesterday, I got confirmation, the minister in the Ministry of Housing, Anel Roberts, will be there. His daughter is actually a participant in the race. She entered, so he's going to be there. I got a message yesterday saying, hey, I'll be there on Sunday. And the Minister of Sport, Philip Watts, we sent him the invitation. He said once he's available, he'll be there. I didn't get the official confirmation yet, but I would presume that most likely he will be attending. I'll probably get that confirmation before the end of the week. All right, so we have some important people that will be showing up, and it's going to be good for the athletes and the charity. So the athletes will get the opportunity because I know the struggle they go through in the running community. Like I've been saying, before I got into this, the running. These races, these 5Ks and 10Ks, and I want to get into 10K and 15K, and eventually this is only the third year for the 5K, and I just feel like I'm not as organized as I should be. So I'm just trying to cut off the little rough edges in terms of organization, execution, that kind of thing. It's little small things, it's little small things that I just want to get right before I move on to the 10K and the 15K and organizing our football tournament and our cricket tournament and that kind of thing. So we want to move on to those things. And, I know the struggle that the runners go through. I will never forget the first year when we gave 3,000 by 2,000 by $1,000. And that was first, second, and third. And that was a big thing for them because they had not gotten $3,000 first prize for our 5K ever. That was big money for them. And the second year last year, we raised it to $5,000 first prize. And man, the man run faster. Romani, I think, he came back in a faster time the second year. Like he run for that 5,000 boy. And we are the third year, and we stay at 5,000, but instead of, like in the second year, we extended, instead of first, second, third, we went down to 7th place. This year we have extended cash prizes down to 10th place, right? And nobody gets 5,000 for a 5K. So imagine what I would pay for a 10K or a 15K. You understand? So these things, I know the struggle that they're going through with equipment and so on and so forth. It's going to be nice for them to get the opportunity to talk to the minister face to face, in person. And just give him a little idea of what needs to be done in their sport so that we could encourage a lot more young people into sports. This morning we're going to take a look at a video that a fella put out, boy, concerning the bandit that got shot and killed in Long Circular Mall. And it just ties into what Stefan Run is all about, right? And things that I've been advocating for, right? But you cannot expect young people with talent to get into sports if it's not going to pay. And I want the minister to understand that too. and the new administration. I know they had to find money to do certain things, but I want them to understand that too, Navai, that it has to be worth their while. You cannot have youths in Trinidad and Tobago who have talent, let's say in football, and they're looking on and they're watching television and they're seeing all these footballers like Mbappe and all of them and the kind of money these fellas and them getting. And what we have going on here, we don't even have, they don't have to get $100 million, you know. But they have to at least get the opportunity to play for a decent salary for a local club in a local league that could eventually put them in a position of being scouted by international teams. I mean, just look at Dwight York. Could you imagine if Dwight York, today, if Dwight York was to get a contract to play for Manchester United today, with the kind of money in football today, I think Dwight York's contract at that time was something like 12 million pounds or some kind of thing. Right? That is small money now. But you don't get that again. That money going up to by 10. You understand what I'm saying? But just look at the career that Dwight York had. So it's not to say that we do not have examples, and we could talk about Latapi and we could talk about many others, Kenwyn Jones and all of them, who played in the Premier League, and other footballers that have played in other leagues in Europe. But it's not like we don't have an example that you could come from Trinidad and Tobago and you could play international football. You could play in those leagues. We have players that have done it before with less resources at the time when they were playing. Where did the guy coming from? They had less resources. They had less, exposure in terms of where we are right now with social media and the world becoming such a small space. You understand? You don't have satellite TV and cable TV now to see anything. Now everything is right there right on your phone. You understand what I mean? You could pull up anything and expose yourself to anything or be exposed to anything. So the opportunity is ripe, the talent is there, and we just need to support that talent in order to encourage young minds, those idle minds, to say, hey, to say to the community leader, the gang leader, or whatever you want to call them these days, hard luck boss, but I go pass on that. It has something down the road there that I'm more interested in. And that is how we deal with crime. You understand? That is part, that's the starter. That is the key that you have to stick in the ignition and turn. Right? And you hear the engine tumble, that is what that is. So we got to reach that space. So I look forward to Sunday. And unfortunately, we had to close off registration yesterday. And yesterday when we closed off registration, well, oh God, the phone line was hot. I don't know why people like to wait till last minute. So I do things in a very calculated, specific way, just to let you all know. I don't go over what I cannot manage. That is why when I tell all you, look, we're having an event, and I'm here and I'm saying, go and get it, go and get it, go and get it, go and get it, is because I know the time is going to reach where people are going to be trying and they can't get through. So, you know what I mean? That's just something to keep in the back of your mind moving forward. But all in all, we go have a good day on Sunday, man. In the news day, which I don't have, director, it didn't come. Like he in traffic because of the rain hour. He in 5 a.m. traffic? I don't know. All right, no problem. All right, so I'll put it up online. 20 Senate seats still up for grabs. Lee assesses housing units to be built, remediated. UWI South campus to open 15 years after being built. Could you imagine that? The management of the UWI St. Augustine campus has announced the start of classes at its South campus in the Bay in August. In a statement on Monday, May 19th, UWI said during the last 2 years, a comprehensive review was done on operations, recalibrating, and systematically implementing the South campus's focus and key goals. The campus will be the home of the newly launched Global School of Medicine, leveraging the world-ranked reputation of the UWI of the University of the West Indies, and especially UWI's Faculty of Medicine, to serve primarily international students pursuing the Doctor of Medicine program. Now you see, UWI said this will bring in much needed foreign exchange to the country. Currently, applications are open for this new competitive program. The campus will also host several other traditional programs from other faculties, such as food and agriculture, humanities and education, and the FMS in blended formats. Right? Now, just on the medical, the Doctor of Medicine program, right? You see how this ties in with the Couva Children Hospital? You will get nurses, you will get people to man that hospital. It ties in. Once you could do a course somewhere and there is job opportunity there, thing could happen. You understand? But if we continue to have nothing going on, then we're not creating any opportunities. Then obviously students will leave the country in pursuit of work outside. And yes, outside they may be paid better than what they're going to get here, but that and all is debatable. All right? That and all is debatable. Because, I mean, to me, when we travel, Chris, when we travel, we don't get a better understanding that, you know, in some cases, like terms of food and things like that, Trinidad and Tobago, we nice. You understand what I'm saying? In certain things, they're not everything, right? I wouldn't say a minority or a majority or break it down to a percentage, but there are some things that we're cool with, and there are other things that, you know, we could strive to be better at, which we hope this administration could get us to, right? Instead of being stagnant, we want progress. We want development. We want proper roads. We want proper water supply. We want all of these little things. Those are the little things that people just ask for. Those are the small things that the small man just wants to be satisfied in receiving. And you could keep people happy very easy, you know. You just have to have the will to do it. Right? But I'm just showing you where that there ties in with things like the Couva Children's Hospital. Collapsed wall crushes house in Laventille. Very unfortunate. 8 to watch for PNM in Senate. The choice of 6 opposition senators to match their 15 government counterparts is the prerogative of opposition leader Penelope Beckles, and so far remains shrouded in secrecy. However, based on past parliamentary experience, 8 names could well be under consideration now, given the reality that manning an opposition bench in the Senate against a government with a likely special majority in the elected House will be a tough assignment. All right? So who are the 8? Seriously? Nah, man. You can't be serious. Okay. I see some of the names here. Dr. Amy Brown, Faris Al-Rawi. These are just who the media believes they could be looking at. Paula Gopi Schoon, Shamfa Kujo. Seriously? Randall Mitchell, Alison West, Foster Cummings, Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal. Oh, good. Right? I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think in the Parliament, in the House of Representatives, right? The PNM is weak. They're weak. I cannot see the Karim Marcells or the Hans Devines of the world going up against literally anybody on the other side. I can't see it. And who else does the PNM have over there? I had to double check that in terms of the 13. Right? But I can't see it. I can't see them being strong in any debate, against the Saddam Hussein's and I don't know. So the Senate is obviously where you want to keep your eyes, but the UNC Senate is strong. The government Senate is strong. Anil Roberts and Dominic is Dominic Smith they are two very, very strong speakers alone, just between the two of them. And I see what the rest of the Senate look like for them, but they have a pretty strong Senate on the government side. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be some interesting battles. Arangwest farmers hope for fair compensation after floods. A police officers died in a highway accident near the Kuva Hospital. Princess Tong residents are calling for the fire station to be reopened. Remember this fire station that was closed down because of a rat infestation? You could imagine that? Rats closed down a fire station. All you remember that? Well, they're calling for it to be reopened. All right? And we will see how things develop with that. Because I remember we were saying, but how a rat infestation could close down a fire station? But with our pest control companies, all you call JNP, man. Just pick up the phone and call JNP. They come in Princess Tong, They're from Diego Martin, but they'll go Princess Tong, They'll get rid of the rats for you, All right? All look at them call now. You know what I mean? I think it was a rat infestation. Yeah, that's the one with the rat infestation that was reportedly closed down. All right? So hopefully the people in Princess Tong get back their fire station. Culture Minister meets Pantrinbago President. Padarat says government will support cultural jobs and businesses. And those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. All right. I'm going to get into it here. Introducing Olive's House Senior Care Facility. Yeah, we got to introduce Olive's House. Or remind people about Olive's House because we always promote them as a senior care facility. Terrific facility. And they're located in Sangre Grande. All right. Now, beautifully situated. They got that spacious main area, the full living and dining rooms. The fully equipped medical wards. They have that assisted living quarters inclusive of all the required amenities as well. And it's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, support to your loved ones in their senior years. And they are operated 24/7. They have a staff of professional, qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily, and that is according to specified dietary requirements. Now, the service is always warm and friendly. Clients are treated with respect and dignity. And you can find out more about those services at Olive's House as you look at the facility here by giving them a call on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram, by the way. But it's a terrific facility, and the people that own this facility and run this facility, terrific people. All right? Chef Shiraz, starting on the 6th of June, which is right around the corner, he has the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course and the baking and pastry course that will be taking place. And like I said, it's the 6th of June. It's right around the corner because we're already coming to the end of May. So to find out more about this course, the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course and the baking and pastry course, you could give Chef a call or WhatsApp him on 3724639 or 7375097. All right, so make sure and give him a call or a WhatsApp. And yeah, man, and get in on the course. I'm telling all you, it's going to be beneficial to you. I was just talking about JNP Pest Control Limited. And JNP Pest Control Limited are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. They are armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for drywood termites. And JNP Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. So for a free inspection and quotation, contact them today at 61 to 65 Covine Road, Diego Martin. You could call them on 227-0835 or WhatsApp them on 2508397. All right, you can email them at jppestcontrol@hotmail.com and let them shield your home or business from pesky pests. Do not let those pests run you out of your property or your business. All right, call JNP and let them get the job done. All right, And I can tell you, they're very professional. All right? At no point in time should a rat, look him on the screen right now. Imagine that closed down a fire station. Well, you're mad, yes? That closed down a fire station, you know. Because, yeah, Trinidad had no pest control. A whole fire station closed down because of a rat. Boy, yeah, I tell you, because of rats. And finally, Gopals. So Gopals, don't let muscular pain and injuries win. Why not consult a specialist with over 30 years of experience? You can ease those aches and pains and visit licensed massage therapists at Gopal's Massage Therapy Center, located number 68 Market Street, Gopal Lands in Marabella. They are foreign trained and licensed in Florida. And you can give them a call on 658-3907 or 496-1111. Services include medical massage therapy, sports injury treatment, aromatherapy, Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, sports massage, and much more. So you can give them a call today. And with that, we're going to take our first break. When we return, a little message to the youths put out by a former prison inmate, a fellow who make our jail. And it's in connection with the bandit that was shot and killed by security at Long Circular Mall. Stay tuned. Very interesting, but a terrific message. Positive vibes this morning. All right, people, so we're here at Blazers Bar, Tragrit Road in Woodbrook, and Blazers Sports Bar, the proud sponsor of the male first place and female first place. $5,000 by $5,000 for Run, Stefan Run. Sunday, May 25th. Go and get registered now at trinbagoevents.com. Walk-in registration starts on the 22nd of April at Synergy TV, number 19 Arapita Avenue in Woodbrook. Remember, tons of giveaways, tons of prizes, lots to talk about. So come out on Sunday, May 25th. We are at QRC from 6 a.m. Get registered today. You could call 345-3380 or 482-5531 for more information. Run, Stefan, Run. Blazer Sports Bar. We on. Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mass this year! I done hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch, it's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mass is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mass this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that. Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mass, on Facebook at Vincy Mass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc. Let we go Vincy Mass 2025!
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, people. And as we return, we want to get into a little situation that took place last week, right, at Long Circular Mall. And then we're going to get into a video where a guy spoke about the individual that was gunned down. Well, he was not gunned down, he was shot and killed by security. So bandit shot dead by security guard at Long Circular Mall. All right? Let me just dig into this for you. This was very interesting. All right? But not very interesting from a, but it was good to see that our brother put out a video asking young people to stay away from crime, and he drew an example of this situation taking place. So a suspected bandit was shot and killed by a security guard at Long Circular Mall car park around 12:55 p.m. on May the 14th. 12:55 p.m. That is during lunch hours. All right? The man has been identified as 33-year-old Lakeemus Murphy of Picton, Lavantie. Initial reports said Murphy, who had a gun, was attempting to take a woman's white Nissan Tiida when a SWAT security guard saw and told him to stop. The guard said Murphy pointed his gun at him, prompting the guard to shoot at Murphy. Murphy fell to the ground and died. Police said the guards secured Murphy's gun and handed it over when they arrived. When Newsday arrived around 1:30 p.m., the Nissan Tiida was crashed into the fence of the exit at the mall, where, there were also 3 gunshots in the window of the driver's seat. Murphy's body laid on the ground in the rain for over an hour while Newsday was at the scene. His family, including his wife, arrived at around 2:10 p.m. His wife tried running to his body when she arrived, but police stopped her. She cried and screamed until she was carried away by relatives. She said, quote, "Watch my man, na boy," she repeated. "People going to pay for this. How I going to sleep?" Interesting that the wife says, people going and pay for this. How I going to sleep? Your man, darling, try to take something that somebody work hard for. Point a gun at a security guard, and the security guard had to put him down. But somebody had to pay for it. A family member who spoke to the media said Murphy had a daughter and a stepdaughter. Right? Now, it's interesting how people look at a situation. Isn't it nice how a situation is looked at? From my perspective, your man is a bandit. He tried to rob somebody at gunpoint. He tried to take somebody's belongings. He committed a crime. He had a firearm. If he shoot and kill the woman, what would I say then? Nothing. Right? You would not say nothing. But in the process of committing the crime, he is shot and killed, and you studying how you go and sleep. How the victims of crime just go and sleep in their own house after it's invaded by bandits. By your man and them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's interesting how you see how people look at things. Now, there was a video that a guy put out, and apparently he knew this fella and they spent some time in jail together. Run me the message to the youths there.
Blessings. Up and outside duties about 6:45. Right? And I'm up here now and I'm thinking why some of the youths don't want to get up really and go and look for it legal. Well, okay. Well, I want to run down the crime, right? Let me give you a story. A story about a youth man who died yesterday. Friend, you might know his name. I know his name. His name is Licky Moss Murphy. The one who they killed in Long Circular Mall. Throw a bullet in his face. Understand? I was in jail with that youth man in 2013. Right? He was already younger than me. And that time I would be like about 24 or so. Right? He was in jail with me in 2013. So you know, when we come out of jail, we looking to still be on shopping, but then we decide to change up the settings and change up our life. I used to see him used to be going good, but then like he's shadowing it and not really studying to change. He only shadowing it, trying to play good and shadowing it and doing one set of foolishness. Understand? So the foolishness he kept himself in caused him to be on the ground. Not on the ground like this, but where his money here? On the ground, dead, deceased, with bullets in your face. Understand? Because you don't want to get up and go and look for no work to do it legal. You want to rob people. You want to take away people things. You want to take away the woman cars. And one thing with plenty of all the criminals are fine. All only like to go wrong woman because all the weak. Understand? All the weak. Because all only follow go wrong man. Some of them man will pong out all the face with them same things that all they come wrong them with. Understand me? You don't want to get up, you don't want to go and walk. You want to rob. Hey, in this time in here, my youth and them, it hardly a escape for that, you know. Because I really don't get a whole set of people firearm like rain. And all the security, them are the things. The road always have traffic and all the things. Youth men and young ladies who are going on dead, you know. all you going and dead and get buried and people go and forget about all you. You don't want to be here a little while. Don't matter if you're going through some grinding times. You don't want to be here a little while, my youth and them. Before all the youth and them, boy. I will listen to me, you know, and who don't hear, does feel. I listen to my own self and catch myself before it's too late. I watch some other youths and them catch all themselves before it's too late. All they don't want to be like Licky Moss Murphy. On the ground with your face mashed up from a bullet. You don't pick up about 3 and you're trying to run. You can't run, you're going dead. Understand? Youths hold all their head up, youths. Youths. But if you see a trade man doing a work, boy, try to ask him if you are a laborer, boy. Understand, boy? Because nothing good then go and come out of this thing, boy, pass, boy. All you're going on dead, boy. And it's so sad that all you understand how easy all you go and lose all your life. Easy, all you go and lose all your life, bros. For what? For quick thing? When you look into thief that car there? Probably to encourage a shooting. You understand? Probably to encourage a shooting. Or to encourage a robbery. Or to go and sell the woman thing for some $3,000 or some $2,000 because that's that. Men ain't paying nothing much for them thing. So you're looking to do all these things to put the big boys in again. You're looking to dead stupid out here. My youth and them. My youth and them. Use your head. It's all kind of legal ways to get money. My youth and them. But who don't hear this feel? So who end up in the jail? Go and end up in the ground dead. Make all the choice. Money too easy to make out here for you to be giving away your life for nothing.
That's interesting. Yeah, we all big up that fella. And that, you know, I used to say that when my old man was alive, boy. We used to give opportunity to people who come out of jail and all kind of thing. You come out of jail and think, what turn around your life, you get the opportunity to make a salary and that kind of thing. And these fellas, a lot of them glad for it. Some of them, they mightn't get the opportunity, but some of them don't understand how to hustle and how to grind and do things legally. And they fall back into the illegal lifestyle, right? He said that back in 2013, he was in jail with a man. This fella, when he get killed, Licky Moss Murphy, was 33 years old. In 2013, he was in jail. That's 12 years ago. That means when he was 21, he make a jail. 21 years old. Right? And you make your jail, you come out. I thought nothing you could have find to do. He picking up bottle and hustling because he don't want to go back inside jail. But he understand it. But so many of them don't understand it. So many youths, all they really, really don't understand it, you know, out here. You know. All they don't understand, he said it. Some of them want to be out here a little while, boy. Even though you're going through a little grind and thing, boy, in life, boy. Some of them don't want to be out here, boy. Living a little longer, boy. Experiencing life, boy. You never know. Let me tell you something, eh? All the youth men and thing that figure is a gondolier thing out here and all that, you know, and it's bad man thing and all kind of thing. And all the girls would like to run them down too. Let me explain all this something, eh? You never know what is around the corner in life. You could be struggling today, and tomorrow your whole life take a 180 in a positive direction. You never know the opportunities that life is going to offer you. You could only experience that if you live long enough. If you don't give yourself the chance to live long enough for the opportunity to present itself, and you don't put yourself in the right space with the right people for that opportunity to present itself, you're lost. You understand what I'm saying? We had 624 murders last year. We had 500 and something the year before. We had 600 and something the year before that. We had 500 and something the year before that. Every time you commit a crime, every time one or they get gunned down or they take the life of some innocent person, it hurts the country. It hurts the economic development of the country. It hurts tourism. It hurts everything. And because it hurts in everything, it affects the opportunities that can be presented to you. All of them that sit down on a block balling, Boy, we are nothing, boy, we are nothing. They ain't give me nothing, and this, that, and the other. You understand? That block talk. That stupid talk, boy. I been real with all you. That nonsense talk, boy. That is excuses. That is you looking for a plaster to put on a sore. If you keep carrying on that lifestyle, it affects the country negatively, and in doing so, you will never get the opportunities you're looking for. You are basically taking away the chance for those opportunities to present itself to you based on the lifestyle that you live in. And I know they ain't gonna understand that. But 327-7400. I'm glad the brother say it how he say it. You know what I mean? Morning. What going on?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
That's why that woman behavior alone. Why I really believe male booty, female booty, same shot. Because you condoning that man behavior and you have no problem with your man robbing people. But I have a message to your man. Right now, Licky Moss turning into dust. You can't stress nobody again. Fellas is pest, and that is the only way to send them. And you see this fella who make that video?
Yeah.
He understands what life is about, and he understands certain choices you make. It will come back and deal with you a different way. You understand? But then again, all that woman have to do is go and look for our next gunman for she-hole.
Well, apparently, she studying how she go sleep. But I tell you, yes. And let me tell you something about that youth man, they were picking up the bottles there. You see that brother, we picking up them bottles and doing that hustle? It has somebody, some businessman or somebody in the community watching what he doing, how he hustling, how he out there every day, and they go just approach him and say, yo, where does Sufa live in? Have I work for you? That is how it does go. That is how it does happen. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man.
There are no human rights. There are no human rights for the dead and the victim. So they have human rights so people argue for those who are alive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are the press environments in the country here that leads to a life of crime based on the influence of the elders and the people who surround these communities.
Yeah.
And the state itself mixes the hardened criminals with the petty criminals, and the petty criminals in the jails are recruited by the gangs, and they become serious criminals and all too, because there is no reform center within the jail system. So you need to separate the jail from hardened criminals, murderers, and these kind of things to petty criminals now, so you can reform them now, so they can be reunited into the society. And if that doesn't happen, it will continue to be a recruiting place. The jail will be a recruiting place for criminals. So we need to look at this thing now from a holistic point of view. How do we fix the society to get these things to stop? And while the commissioner of police say we take so much guns off the street, he ain't tell me how much people rent coming in, how much they hold coming in. So they're stopping the guns from coming in. But if you get above the street, 1 or 2 here and there guarding. Yeah. So the whole system needs to be reformed. We need to retrain the police and this kind of thing. But you don't give him a chance at fit sometime, man. If you stop until they get away from the little question and that kind of thing. So we need to look at things from that perspective. And if we do that, the country will change. Yeah. There are jobs for everybody, yes. But people don't want jobs, people want money. You have a good day.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, eh? You make a good point. People don't want jobs, they want money. You understand? They expect it to fall on, boy, morning. They expect it to fall from the sky. Just
morning, Stefan, morning.
Yeah, what's going on?
My day, boy, man, I ground here. The youth man were picking up the bottle. I want to say here what's going on. You see, sometimes people just have to go through a phrase, but to change the habit that they have. Now, the problem we have in our country, Stefan, we don't want to get up and we don't want to look. We always want to say, boy, I wish tomorrow morning I got a job, but I really am working. But you can't, the job and come in your bedroom or in your house, and then go out there and look for it. That's the advantage we have, and we mustn't say, Stefan, that at the end of the day, the Spanish working for the Chinese, the Guyanese coming and working security, Jamaican working security in all them security company in our country, but by the end of the day, we don't want to go and work for that small money. We're looking for fast life. You understand? Right. The woman who can't sleep, the woman who cannot sleep because she man come and dead, right? What about people he might be done put on already and gone 6 feet or wherever they go? What about them family? Is they sleeping or they are sleeping? Right, Stefan? We have to know what to do in our country because years ago, that same bottle a man picking up was 5 cents or when he went to 10 cents and 15 cents. Thiefing have shame in it. Not doing something honest and getting up. Stefan,
Yeah.
Friday morning, you tell me happy birthday boy, the birthday boy, and knowing that my wife sent her greetings and how me sit down there watching. Just for you go see something, you go see something. When she see that.
No. Hold on. We did the greeting. But we did the greeting the day before from your wife, so you wasn't watching the day before. I said she sent it early, and I said, look, we can't guarantee that when we reach Friday we go find back that email. So I did it one time, but it was done.
Oh, that was Thursday then.
It's either Thursday or Wednesday. She sent it real early.
She sent it Thursday. She told me she sent it Thursday.
Nah, she could have never sent that Thursday. I telling you that. We could go back there. I could tell you that. But anyhow, I want to keep it flowing. But we go deal with that. Yeah, but don't do me that. We do that greeting. If she didn't get it Friday, it's because she sent it too early and we do it earlier in the week. That was tell them send it the day before. Morning. Morning.
Stefan, as the mother of a 21-year-old black male in this country, sometimes I have mixed feelings when I see things like this.
Right.
Now, thank God, I am the kind of parent that I am. My son has never been in any kind of infraction with the law. Right? Everybody is want to talk about the government and the prison system and all of that. But what about parents doing their jobs as parents? Right? Now, yes, make your children, you don't make them mind. But a lot of parents, mothers especially, because in the black community, the reality is fathers are absent. Right? Let us call a spade a spade. A lot of mothers condone the things that their sons are doing, even though they know it is wrong. Right? A lot of girlfriends, just like the girlfriend of this guy, condone the things that they know their man doing that is wrong. Right? Stefan, at the end of the day, a lot of working people catching their backside too, you know. A lot of working people living month to month and don't have to, you know. We just ain't going out there and rob nobody. Right? A lot of young people just too lazy to get up and work for salary. Like a few callers said, they want everything, but they want it now. They're not willing to work for nothing.
Yeah.
You understand? And sadly, this is the trend in the black community. And until black people open their eyes, this is what is going to happen all the time. How about this, sir?
All right, you too. Yeah, and that's the thing. Everybody want to work for 10 grand a month. Everybody want to work for 15,000 a month. Everybody want to work for a particular salary. But you're not qualified. Go. You gotta go and get, you know what I mean? You gotta go, you get yourself educated in the field that you're interested in. You have to get qualified. And then you could apply for these jobs. You can't just walk off the pavement and say, look, I want this job paying 10 grand. It don't work like that. Morning.
How you going, man?
I did cool, man.
Stefan, you know this phrase that I hear people is we using. You just make children and you don't make them mind. You know, sometimes I just wonder if that's a kind of coward way out to use as an excuse for not doing well. Now, you might make all the children mind. No matter what you do, some of them will fall on. But I think parents make their children minds. And it's your obligation as a parent to make your children mind.
Yeah.
Because who's going to make up their mind? The drug pusher?
Right.
The man in prison? The porn star? Who's going to make up their mind? So if parents don't make their children mind, what are we doing then? Better you don't make children at all?
Yeah. And it has happened from an early stage, right? That happened from an early stage. You had to raise your children in a particular way from an early stage, and I understand that. But then they get exposed to the realities of life at the same time when they get older.
What a lot of people don't do is they don't make the sacrifice. That's what they don't do. Because they want to go and party. They don't want to take the time off on weekends to make sure that the children follow the right path. and groom them how they're supposed to and all this kind of thing. But what you see the reaction of that lady when the man got shot in the mall?
Circular Mall, yeah.
What people like them supposed to do? You see, like when they know they're associated with these kind of people, who they know, and all of them just talk about they don't know the son was in this and they don't know the boyfriend was in that. You see, like on a Sunday when they sit down eating and thing, and the person is alive in front of them, they must lie down on the ground and hold the belly and bawl and hold the head and cry and roll and all this kind of thing. So the person who they would be doing that when they're dead could see what is going after. So they're gonna live it and experience it in real life. Don't, when you lie down there, that the person coming and bawling and all kind of thing. Let them do that while they're alive, so they're gonna know the pain and the suffering that is being bring onto people, especially the victims. When you see them committing a crime and coming home now and throwing out all the big junk of jewelry on the table and what of money and all this kind of thing, and then the innocents and them who never know their husband and their boyfriend and their son wasn't anything, takes it now and go and melt it and make different type of jewelry and send it to the bank and buy cars and all these kind of thing.
Yeah.
They must do that. Don't wait until they're lying on the ground and then bawl and hold your belly and roll and all these kind of thing.
Yeah.
We are what that.
Yeah.
Have a good morning, Steph.
All right, man. No problem. All right, we're going to continue the discussion after the break. But before we go to the break, Palmstar Promotions. Whew. All right, so it's the 4th annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge presented by Palmstar Promotions. And the preliminary rounds was held last weekend and this Saturday, May 24th at Eastgate Mall. It is the semi-final and grand finals. So competing in the semi-final in the standard 3 category, you got Alima Balak, Drian Gooding, Aya Khan, Joseph Dandulal, Devansh Varan, Caitlin Kurbanali, Gabriel Griffith, Alexander Alain. In the standard 4 category, you have Zach Murrigan, Carice Harry Paul, Aradia Navuru, Ahmad Raja Khan, Sayan Keen Dumas, Celeste Lane, Nivan McCarthy, Chloe Marin. In the standard 5 category, you have Zuri Karibon, Sebastian Maharaj, Amira Nassar, Mira Prasad, Kanyan Burke, Liam Bharat, Jace Angelo Malsing, and Isaiah Doherty. So remember, it's this Saturday, May 24th, at the Eastgate Mall from 8:30 a.m. So come and support the young ones as they face off in the semi-final and finals of the 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. The 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge is made possible through the support of the following: Charon's Bookstores, GMMB, Synergy TV, Dairy Distributors, Royal Castle, Boodoo's Enterprises, Soft and Pretty, The Office Authority, Sunshine Cereals, Eastgate Mall, Bryden Pie, RR Inc. Limited, IT Solutions and Support, and Michelle Govaya. Palmstar Promotions, let's build bright futures one word at a time. So that is coming up this weekend. It is the semi-final and grand final at Eastgate Mall. And with that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back into the discussion and we'll take a look at the violation of Nicolas Maduro to the International Court of Justice as it relates to the Essequibo region. Stay tuned. Yes, people, so we're getting ready for Run, Stefan Run, Sunday, May 25th, QRC, 6 a.m., the biggest 5K in the country, tons of prizes, whether you're coming to run competitively or you're just coming for the fun run, or you could walk. Hey, right now we had a big up Cannes Poultry and Meats. We had the Marval branch.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bigen Easy Color for Men. Bigen's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bigen Easy Color for Men for a natural color at no gray. Shemer Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Jameer for locations.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Jamer Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Jamer for locations.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural products number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right. All right. Right. So, I'm now going through the phone there. I got a few messages from a couple of people asking about distribution. So maybe they didn't hear me yesterday morning. And we will post it online today. If you have registered for Run Stefan Run, distribution, right, is taking place Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you're coming to Synergy TV, Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook. Everybody coming to collect here. So those are the 3 days for distribution. We sent out an email blast and a WhatsApp blast. So if you're registered and you're not seeing our message, check your phone, please. Because it would be in accordance with the contact information that you gave when you registered. Some of you did not give contact information. I don't know why. Only the good Lord knows. Right? And I had to talk to Trinbago events about that with the site and thing, with certain things being mandatory to put in. And this whole where you rather pick up thing, we didn't really facilitate for that. So we didn't know that that was an option. But pickup is at Synergy TV. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is going to be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So tell a friend to tell a friend. You're picking up here at Synergy TV. All right? Okay. Before we go further, fellas, right? Just give me Eden Heights there. and then we'll get back to the discussion. I'm going straight back to the phone line. We have set coming up at 7 minutes past. A little bit later down in this hour, we got Seth Viola aboard. But let me just tell you about Eden Heights. Eden Heights Clinic, of course, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. So they also offer consultation services, including live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, arthritis, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. So you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Shogunas, or Tobago. You could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. Eden Heights, check them out today. All right? So, with that, in the first hour, we were talking about the guy that put out the video as it relates to the bandit that was shot and killed at Long Circular Mall. I just want to take a couple more calls on that because we know that crime is an issue. The Prime Minister herself, she said 6 months. I have spoken to some police officers who say that, yeah, that's a realistic time frame. Once they implement the proper plans and so on and so forth. And once there is the will to get it done. I personally have said, and I'm on record as saying I would not have put a time frame on it, but we will see where it goes. There is this separation of the Ministry of Defense and then the Ministry of Home Affairs. So one handling the police, one handling the army, well, the defense force, and so on and so forth. So the security apparatus has been split into different, into different ministries. Hello, good morning.
Morning. How you doing this morning?
I cool, man.
Everybody the glory, but they don't know the story.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there will always be people who are disenfranchised.
Correct.
And we have to get out there. We have as a people, as a family unit, to start turning things around right in the home.
Right.
As people of color, it's quick to say black people, but when you move and you go abroad to live in the white man country, you realize that you black yourself.
Exactly.
Right? So as people of color, we need to solve it at the familial level, then to work out from there. And that comes down to what you value. If you value God, you value education, you value a sense of getting together all the time, and ensuring that problems are discussed, especially over Sunday dinner or Sunday lunch, which is a big thing in Trinidad, I think still.
Yeah.
To keep things together. Look, the last few years, especially with COVID and this and that, people scrambling. No matter what income bracket you are, you're scrambling. These youths and them, we could easily say they want something for nothing. But you see, if they're not taught from early o'clock the value of the things that are not material, if they could see the value in that and are taught that from early o'clock, it would make it easier for them in rationalizing. And I'll give you an excellent example. I have a friend of mine. His daughter is in her master's program. And when she was finishing her bachelor's, she went to her father and said she wants to take a year off. And the man hold out his hand and asked her to hold out her hand. And he asked her, "What's your hand? What you see?" She said, "Daddy, I don't know." She said, "We not white. Right? We have to work hard. So you go, save the money and do your master's degree."
Okay.
So she has now finished her first year of her master's and is working full time on top of that. Right?
Okay.
To get things ahead in her life.
All right.
But that taught me a lesson as to what is valued in there.
Right.
So again, I leave with this. The family unit is where it's at. It's sad that as people of color, we have a breakdown in the family unit where there are absentee fathers or there are women who become mothers that fall prey easily to, a slick word or something like that from somebody. But we have to sit down and really work hard as a family
Okay.
Get around those things to move ahead. Have a fantastic day, Stefan.
No problem, my brother. Thanks a lot. Yeah. You know, that caller used a word called values. That's such an important word, eh? Because if you don't value certain things in life, I mean, look, if you don't value life, then you wouldn't have a problem taking one. You understand what I'm saying? So you must have certain values in life that you hold firm to. And you're taught that from a very young age. Morning. Hello?
You are just, but I just wanted to say, I believe in the salary law, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I believe in that long time, right? And that is how it should be, and it should continue to be like that. You do wrong, face the consequences. And one other thing, try to keep your calls at a minute or 2 minutes now. Okay, I'm gone.
All right, cool. Now, this morning is a topic that you know people could express themselves because it is a deep topic too. So I don't mind a little extension, but you know because still ask people to keep it within a certain reasonable time frame. But allowing this morning. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, man. Go ahead.
Stefan, you know how long I trying to get you, boy?
All right, go ahead,
anyway,
Yon.
We're talking about crime, right?
Yeah, we're talking about crime, youths, that kind of thing, yeah.
All right. What will it take for the police? They have the evidence against Camille Robertson-Regis, Stuart Young, Faris Alvari, the Prime Minister will not take the merit list on it. When will they arrest these people? They have the evidence. When will they arrest these people? You're complaining about the small arm crime. What about these big politicians? They commit the crime and they have the evidence and the police not arresting them. What is going on in this country? Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Well, I mean, look, if there was any sort of strong evidence, I guess we would have seen something right now. But you mentioned evidence, and I understand where you're coming from. That you have big people in society that committing certain acts or getting away with certain things, and nothing is done, and then you have the younger people on the grassroots level or the grassroots man seeing what going on the top and saying, well, if they could do it, I could do it. Morning. I understand where you're coming from. But to say one is guilty or not, I am not judge or jury. Yep, go ahead.
Right. So there was a time I told you, I can tell you how to run your program. It's your program. You run it as you see fit. But the lady is totally correct. Sometimes people go on and on and on.
No, I understand. I understand that, but let me don't waste time with that.
Wait. They keep repeating themselves over and over. What I want to tell you this morning is...
Right.
I worked hard, very, very hard. I had no opportunities. I had no handouts, no windfall. And I work very hard and sacrifice and earn what I have to do.
Right.
I am 67 years old. I am a happy retiree and enjoying my life. So there is no excuse. There is no excuse. No black talk, no British talk. There is no excuse to make. All the best.
All right, cool, no problem. Yeah, I understand that. But I already addressed that with the length of the calls this morning. All you know when I'm ready, I just shorten them. I'll tell you, speed it up. This morning, I just loving it a little bit because I know we had to express ourselves, you know what I mean? Morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
Express ourselves, yeah.
So, on the topic of parenting, right? When I was growing up, as time progressed, there was some agenda that was being pushed into something today called gentle parenting, where parents believe that they should grow up the child as their best friend. Right? I see a video on TikTok where a little boy put a slap on his mother. The boy no more than 6 years old. And the mother says, "Oh, Jason, hands are not for hitting. Hands are not for hitting." And that is the kind of parenting we have to deal with today. In addition to that, the criminals of today in Trinidad and Tobago have been imposing the death penalty on us citizens for a very long time because they know the state cannot enforce our own laws upon us for doing wrong, but they could enforce it, helter-skelter.
Yeah.
We need to change that perception. We need them to understand that if they invade somebody's house with a gun, they should be facing a death penalty also. If they kill, they should be facing a death penalty also. And listen, good morning, everybody.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. And I mean, the current Prime Minister has brought up the issue of the death penalty. I think the death penalty should be implemented but she has also given information as to what is currently taking place with those who are on death row and why they can't be they can't face the death penalty at this time. Hello, good morning. So how they move forward is going to be very interesting.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Stefan. So I'd like to just address what the topic is this morning about youth and violence and stuff like that, and a little bit about this death penalty. I support it, and this is corporal punishment, and I think we should take corporal punishment back in the days. I'm from Generation X, 1969 to 1980. Those are people born in that day, and we understand what the term curtail means, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think the younger generation don't understand that. And if you notice, when the government removed corporal punishment from the system, you notice the violence among youth has risen like 1,000%.
Yeah, that was a UN initiative called the Rights of the Child. Go ahead.
They don't have something to fear.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have nothing to fear. They don't have no consequences to pay when they do something wrong. Parents now, and I blame our generation, Generation X, because of how we went getting licks and doing this and that. We say, you know what, we're not doing that for our children, and look what they're doing to us.
You think
Look
so?
what they're doing to society.
Wait, hold on. You think?
I am telling you that. I'm not talking about beating a child. I'm not talking about beating a big man. And I'm talking about like from 13 years. You can't be beating children that old. If you don't spank a child between the age of 5 and say 8 to 10, that is it. You're too late. Charity begins at home. We need to do that. Right? And if we're going back, and I don't want to be religious, the word of God say, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. You can't talk all the time to a child.
Okay.
Right? Anyway,
All right.
That's all I have to say, brother. Thank
All
you.
right, yeah, my brother, no problem. I'm a Gen X too. I'm a Gen X as well, 1977. But I wouldn't say that the Gen X generation spoil the child. I think that I mean there's something along those lines in terms of our approach to parenting. I don't think it's you think it's that generation, boy, because we grew up getting some strokes and thing in school. Parents used to, they discipline us, we used to get licks. But I don't know if our generation is the one that got soft. Right? And the UN initiative, which was the rights of the child, Kamla Prasad Bisasa was the Minister of Education at the time. And it was implemented as a global initiative. And it came with certain allowances to access money here and there and wherever. Little things now. Morning. So they signed on to it. Yeah, morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
Stefan, I'm an XXX layer. I grow boys, and I put my foot down as a single parent, and they didn't come out. None of them ever have to go and get bail and all kind of things for them.
Right.
You understand? So, parenting, whether it's single parent or two-parent home, it starts there. Right?
Right.
And corporal punishment, the man is right. Since they take out corporal punishment and the state have nothing, they're not hanging and whatever, I hope Miss Kamala come with good laws to curb all these things. Right? And you're saying that the previous government, they did whatever and they had no evidence. This debacle with Ilme Brown and Prime Minister, no evidence coming out there that they could use? Thank you. Have a good day.
No problem. No, what I was saying to the caller say, we have crime being committed and he called some names, but I have, we could say alleged, but we cannot say that those persons have committed a crime and gotten away with it, unless it's proven, right? So I'm saying that there was a caller that called it and he called names, and I'm just saying that, we can't state it like that because it hasn't been proven that anybody is guilty or not guilty in terms of anything that might be in the news or circulating on the ground or whatever the case might be throughout social media. You know what I mean? We had to be a little responsible with that. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, morning.
Morning.
Cosa
Nostra, boy. What's going on?
Stefan.
Yeah, man.
I want to say something, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now, when a man works, he just get paid, right?
Correct.
Right, Stefan?
Yep.
Someone if you have a dog and you're teaching it a trick, and they just give it a reward.
Yeah.
Right? Stefan, you know what I'm saying, eh? To help fight the crime, to help initiate the crime fighting. The other day I say, right, that if communities hold on crime, if people hold on crime in the communities,
reward the community.
I say they should be rewarded with sustainable development.
Yeah.
Right? What I saying, all that part of crime fighting. If they get the communities to hold on crime in the community and reward them with sustainable development and enhance them with plenty of the programs you're talking about with football and sports and all these things add together. Right?
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you have a child and you're promising something, and you'll be looking out for that something you're promising.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, let me put the initiative for communities to hold on crime to get sustainable reward with development and enhancement in sports and other programs. Right?
Okay.
I talked that the other day, and a woman with that crook voice, balling bullets for them. You know, she balling bullet for input and teaching all the money.
All right. Let me don't call bullet on. Let me don't. All right. But let me don't call bullet on nobody. All right. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from.
But it's an idea, right?
I hear you.
People could enhance.
Yeah.
Sports and other activities. Communities holding down crime.
All right.
The crime is in the community. Come like. The communities cover with crime. We want to move that cover from over the communities and bring in tourism in the communities.
All right, no problem, my brother. No problem. I understand. Listen, I understand fully well what you were saying the other day. Some people might take it the wrong way. Some people may not have an understanding of where you're coming from. Because when you say reward the communities, I think people people don't know what you mean by reward the communities. But you are saying in infrastructure and community grounds and sports and so on and so forth. So we have to have a better understanding of what we're saying by reward communities. But I fully understand what you're saying, and I think it is like you said, it's an idea, and we're supposed to be open to any idea of a positive nature that could assist in dealing with crime within certain communities. So an idea shouldn't be just kicked aside and tossed, but we have to take a look at it and see how we can enhance it moving forward. Morning.
Morning.
But don't take no offense. Everybody will have their opinion. What going on, Dago Central?
Idea. I will be quick as usual.
Yeah, no problem, man.
We know we have to, it starts from the community, it starts from the home, it starts from the house. I mean, from family, neighbors, people being, just give them a simple opportunity to own a home.
Yeah.
Being in school. I mean, you have to create a community basis coming all the way up from childhood straight up to adulthood. But the other problem we have in this country, and government after government failed to address it. But this Prime Minister brought in an Attorney General that was criticized, yes, but the reason got a man that had experiences because he specializes in laws, constitutional laws, as well as laws in terms of criminal law.
Yeah.
We are fighting crime in 2025 with 1963 laws. This is one of the biggest problems we have in this country. We have to update the laws for the modern times.
Yeah.
Trinidad went forward, the world moved forward, and we stayed back in 1963 with our laws. So we can't be continuing to fight crime with 1963 laws. It's not going to work. We have to modernize our laws, fix the laws, and then put the proper systems in place so that we could effectively enforce the laws, right? We could do many things to these youths and them when from the time they get locked up for the first time, put them, send them to a military
reform. Yeah.
Reform, like what they do in America with bad children, they send them to a boot camp and straighten them out one time.
Right.
These are things, we have a military there just sitting down, they could help these youths and help mold their mind and give them some discipline.
Yeah.
We could do many things in the short term to help, but we have to fix the laws, Stefan.
All right. Yeah, man. You know what's interesting? Thanks a lot, I got pay some commitments. But it's interesting because just Saturday, I went to a particular school, and while I was there, cadets was going on. And I was telling the groundsman, I said, it's a long time. They had this whole thing, many different schools were represented, their cadets and whatever. I said, long time I ain't hear about cadets, right? And the groundsman made a very, very interesting observation. He said, watch this, He said, watch the difference between our time and this time, right? He said, remember a long time when you're in cadets, it's a serious level of discipline and respect it was instilled in you, right? I said, well, yeah. He said, what something? And we stand up right there on the walkway where the cadets were passing to either enter or leave, right? And we stand up there for about 5 minutes, and I didn't notice it, but he stand up, and he said, wait, let's wait right here. And we stand up and we watching everybody pass by, watching everybody pass by. And after about 5 or 6 or 7 minutes of doing that with constant movement, he said, you notice anything? I said, well, not really. What are you trying to bring my attention to? He said, how much cadets you think just passed us here? I said, well, maybe about 20, 30, somewhere thereabouts, right? Walking up and down. He said, any of them say good afternoon? And I was like, no. He said, that is the difference from our time to this time. He said, long time, we pass it and 2 elders stand up, 2 big people stand up on the side here. You're going to tell them good afternoon. And it's true, not one of them, and these are cadets, and not one of them had the presence of mind or just the natural instinct to say good afternoon, good day, good evening, good morning, wherever, to acknowledge you. They're just passing straight, like if they didn't see you there. And that might sound like a simple thing, but in reality, that's the foundation of discipline and respect. Is having the presence of mind, right, and manners to say upon passing somebody, good afternoon, hi, how are you, good morning, good evening. And I talking 20 to 30 cadets passing back and forth like this. And we just stand up so, and we watching all of them so. And is the groundsman tell me that, He said, you notice none of them and say good afternoon. And I missed it because these are the things that you get accustomed. You get so accustomed not hearing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you was growing up, it was a natural thing. Right? So you're walking somewhere, good morning, and you go like a supermarket. Good morning, you acknowledge people with a good morning or whatever. You're going about your business, you're coming back out, okay, have a nice day. These are the simple things in life that makes it easier for everybody. Simple acknowledgement like that, right? But over time, you stop hearing it often, and everybody just passing each other straight, right? Like nobody and grow up in a house of manners. And then it becomes normal to not say good afternoon, or not say good morning, or not say good evening, or not say hello. It becomes normal. And now, with that normality, the distance between people going from here to here. Hence the reason why a lot of people don't value life again. You understand? Because of the distance that we have created amongst each other with simple gestures like that. Make sense? It should. But I grew up in a house where, and in a time where you have to say good afternoon, you have to say good evening. When I go to walk on an afternoon, if I pass 100 people while I walk in, every time I pass them, afternoon, and I go and walk in. Yeah. I will say good afternoon about 100 times. Because while walking around the savannah, passing people, I go in this direction and they come in the next direction. And anybody come in next direction, so and I come in, so good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and so I just be going. It instilled in me not to pass people straight. And in most cases, I will say it, and the person will say good afternoon back. In most 99% of the time. There are some times that they will say it before me. But I'm just saying it's simple things. Those are simple things in life that we must not forget the importance of those things in life if we are to fix the society. Understand? Anyway, like I said, I have some commitments to fulfill, and then we got to take a break and get to set. But Jameson, we want you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products, the fighter of the seasonal sniffles, such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor. For additional support, try the delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. All right, chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. All right. Also, we want to remind you about Flow Armor. That's right. No matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro, a home security solution that protects what matters most for just $4 a day. Visit Flow in store or online at discoverflow.co for details. Flow, bringing security home. And we also have to remind you about Roll Right. So Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care, located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chagonas. Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape, from new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment. They've got it all covered. At Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension and vehicle repairs, injector flow bench diagnostic testing, and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostic scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. You could visit them today or give them a call on 303-8344. Find them on all social media platforms. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. And just now, let me get it here. Oh gosh, where is it? I have it in another email now, but you know what I mean? Just now, I'll tell you about Steel Force. Oh, look at right here, man. Nice. So Steel Force Caribbean Limited, located at number 47, lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. They are your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. They offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to all customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. Okay? And finally, we want to remind you it's the 4th annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge presented by Palmstar Promotions. The preliminary rounds was held last weekend and this Saturday, May 24th at Eastgate Mall it's the semi-finals and grand finals. Competing in the semi-finals in the standard 3 category are Alima Balak, Jadrian Gooding, Aya Khan, Joseph Dandulal, Devonish Varan, Caitlin Kurbanali, Gabriel Griffith, Alexander Alain. In the standard 4 category, you got Zach Morrigan, Carice Harry Paul, Aradia Navuru, Ahmed Raja Khan, also Sayan Keen Dumas, Celestine Lane, Nivan McCarthy, and Chloe Marin. And in the standard 5 category, you have Zuri Karibon, Sebastian Maharaj, Amira Nassar, Mira Pasad, Kanyan Burke, Liam Bharat, Jace Angelo Malsing, and Isaiah Durity. Remember, it's this Saturday, May 24th at the Eastgate Mall from 8:30 a.m. So go out and support the young ones as they face off in the semi-final round and finals of the 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. The 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge is made possible through the support of the following: Charon's Bookstores, GMMB, Synergy TV, Derry Distributors, Royal Castle, Boodoo's Enterprises, Soft and Pretty, The Office Authority, Sunshine Cereals, Eastgate Mall, Bryden Pie, RR Inc. Limited, IT Solutions and Support, and Michelle Govaya, Palmstar Promotions, building bright futures, one word at a time. All right. With that, we take a break. When we come back from the break, we will be joined by Seth Wyola Board. For those of you who have registered for Run Stefan Run and you have to collect your packages, remember, distribution will be at Synergy TV this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, so make sure and come and collect your stuff. You have your bibs and everything to collect, your t-shirt, everything in your package. So make sure and come and collect it between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be back after this.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. And as we return, we got Setwile Laborde with us. We are at 7:45, so for the next 10 minutes, we will be chatting with him. And we want to bring him in via Zoom immediately so that we can get things kicked off. All right, so good morning, Set. What's up?
Good morning, Stefan Reese, Synergy TV, and all of our viewers.
Nice, man.
So this morning, we're going to deal with adipose tissue, also known as adipocytes, but most people know it as body fat.
Boy. Fat. You could have told me that just now.
I
didn't. The man tell me during the break. He says, Stefan, the topic is adipose tissue. I said, well, all right, no problem. Whoever that is, I know it's straight up my alley here, body fat. Let me go, man. Don't waste time.
All right, so let's get into it. So let's get into body fat. So I'm going to share my screen here.
Yeah, man.
All right, let me know if you all are seeing.
Yep.
All right. So it have types of body fat. It says the body has 3 different types of fat. There's actually 4. There's actually 4, but one is, as we look at the names here, we have white fat, brown fat, beige fat, and the fourth one is pink fat.
Okay.
So pink fat is initiated with regards to lactation and childbirth, and then that's reversed after that. So as you know, mothers usually produce milk for a while and then discontinue the production of milk. All right, so
Okay.
that's why most places you will just get them talking about the 3, but pink fat is the fourth one. Now, it's interesting when you look at fat because most people understand fat in terms of energy storage. All right, energy storage. But fat or fat cells is an endocrine organ, meaning they produce hormones. And the amount of hormones fat cell produces is vast. It's not just a small amount. So they play a very, very important role in your health. And last week we actually looked at one of those hormones produced by fat cells, which is leptin, and that has to do with the feeling of satiety, which means when you start to feel full, right? Fat cells is responsible for that. So we're just going to get a quick or brief understanding of the different, mostly the 3 types of fat cells here, all right? Now, you are born with all 3 of them, with these 3. Of course, I mentioned with the pink fat, what happens after childbirth, right? All right, so fat cells, you have white fat, which is the most common fat, and they surround organs. Mind you, that is not just the only role that they do. It's not just surround organs. They of course, secrete hormones as well. They act as cushioning also. So they have some very, very important roles. Now, when you look at it, as you can see here, we have a little here describing the parts of them. You have the mitochondria, which are like the powerhouses. They are what the power factories. All right, then you have the small lipid drops. But as you can see in the white fat cells, it's not too small. And then you have the nucleus. All right. So in white fat cells, which is what makes up the majority of the fat that's in the human body, the ones that most people try to get rid of, their use and purpose mostly is for energy storage, but I also mentioned they produce hormones. But the lipid droplet here is quite large, so it pushes the nucleus more to the side. All right? Then you have the brown fat. It says important for energy storage. It burns fat to help generate heat. Now, I'm sure you hear people talk about baby fat.
Yeah.
Right? So brown fat you would find mostly in babies, young children. Adults have them too, but at a lot smaller amount, much smaller amount. All right? And if you notice, they have a lot more mitochondria. And it's because of their increased amount of mitochondria, which also leads to them having a little bit more iron in them, that give them a kind of brown color, which is where it gets its name as brown fat. And then you have beige fat. Beige fat, as they say, combination of white and brown fat. And you'll find these have a little bit less mitochondria. And if you notice, the size of the lipids in them smaller than white fat, but can range between the size of the lipids in the brown fat and a little bit larger. All right, so it gives it a kind of a beige hue. All right, but there are some interesting things with fat. The interesting thing is brown fat is used to help with regards to producing heat, thermogenesis, generating heat. Let me just stop sharing the screen for a second.
Right.
And this is why it's mostly found in newborn babies, because babies, you know, they're now born, so the neurological pathways are still developing and so forth, so they can't really shiver when it comes to heating up themselves if they feel too cold.
Okay.
So the purpose of the brown fat is to generate energy. So it's a fat that causes warmth without shivering, right? So, like I said, when you get into the human body, it's such a fascinating thing, all right? But you're born with these, it makes up about 2 to 5% of total body fat with regards to newborns. So it's a lot in children. and as you get older, it diminishes. All right. Beige fat, on the other hand, which is also quite interesting, that is found in between white fat, can usually is formed from white fat because you have different things in the body that can cause beige fat to formulate. All right, like exercise can cause the production of beige fat, can cause white fat to turn into beige fat. All right, and in being in extremely cold temperature. So this is why you'll see a lot of people doing these cold baths and stuff. All right, it causes fat
Yes, these ice
to
baths,
turn to the
boy.
beige fat. All right, so all of these, like I said, the human bodies are really, really fascinating thing because beige fat generates heat. All right, but it also causes the body to lose fat because it converting that white fat into that beige to brown fat. Remember, all of this is still under the topic of understanding obesity. So you would want to have more brown or beige fat being produced by the body, all right? And to do that, exercise can help with that. Being in cool temperatures can help with that. But there's also something else that causes the production of more beige and brown fat, and that has to do with being in a state of ketosis. All right? Now, we looked at last year, and I believe I mentioned it a little bit last week with regards to the relationship between insulin and glucagon.
Right.
Right? When you get your body into an insulin sensitive state, when you reduce your insulin level, to reduce your insulin levels, one, you could have less sugar or no sugar in the diet. All right? You also need to understand the relationship that salt plays because a lot of salt can cause your body to overproduce glucose, and that would lead to higher insulin levels in your system.
Okay.
All right. And that, if you have high insulin levels, that reduces, you can't have ketosis taking place when you have high insulin levels because the hormonal signal for ketosis to take place, where the body synthesizes or produces ketones from fats, all right, you need to have low insulin levels. So when you have low insulin levels and glucagon is released due to low insulin levels, that causes the body to produce something called fibroblast growth factor 21. Fibroblast growth factor 21 is a protein, or you could say a hormone that is secreted, and that hormone is what triggers the conversion of white fat into beige fat or brown fat, you could say. All right? And then your body can use that for energy by creating thermogenesis, which is heat. All right? But you have to get your body to produce or release a lot of glucagon, which means you have to get the body in that state of ketosis. All right? Now, like I mentioned, ketosis is something you have to understand. You have to get your insulin levels low. So a lot of people are out here trying to lose white fat, but they don't understand the mechanisms involved. And this is why I say people's diet has to be coached. All right? Now, did our ancestors have to have their diet coached? No, they didn't.
Right.
Because they did not stray from what they were biologically designed to consume. Today, we need to have our diet coached because 99% of the things we eat, we should not be eating. So we have strayed so far off the path that we now have to be retrained as to how to eat correctly. And this is an issue that people may not accept because a lot of people, I could tell you this, a lot of people come to me and say they're eating healthy, right? And then I would ask them a simple question, so why are you sick? Right? If you're eating healthy, why are you sick?
Right.
Right? And it's because when I go through it with them, what they think to be healthy isn't.
Right.
Because a lot of stuff that people consume thinking it is healthy food is usually cultural food. Stefan, what's the root word in culture?
Cult.
Interesting, huh? Interesting. That's the root word in culture. Yeah. It's cult.
Cult, yeah.
Right? Which means something could have happened and it could have developed into a habit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it was right.
It was right, yeah. It just became a habit
So,
because a cult, yeah, cult, well, yeah.
Yep. So let's take, for instance, we have certain things. For example, you will go to, like, let's go, if you go to Tobago, a lot of people wouldn't want to consume things like chicken foot soup, because of the history of it leading back to the slavery days when you weren't allowed meat, so you just have to take the scraps from the master's table. So
Right.
these are things that have created our food culture, and many people don't know the true history of things, and they think this is something that is good to consume. And I usually draw reference to this that happened in 2010 when it had the major earthquake in Haiti. When it had the major earthquake in Haiti, people resorted to consuming mud. I don't know if you remember that. They were eating mud and they had mud cakes, mixing cooking oil with mud and baking it in the sun because they didn't have anything else to eat. So they had to depend on aid. So whenever, in between the time that aid was coming in, right, when they weren't getting it, they resorted to consuming mud. Right? Now, is mud of any health benefit? No, it isn't. But it better to consume something than nothing, so you can get those hunger pains out. But if that crisis had lasted a lot longer than it did, let's say it lasted a couple decades where you're occasionally getting aid and then you have periods of not getting in anything, where you resorting to eating mud, and you have offsprings growing up in that. Your offspring growing up occasionally
it becomes
the
consuming mud.
norm.
It going and eventually become a culture, and we would have seen sometime in Haiti mud is a cultural dish.
Yeah.
That is what would have happened. And this is what has happened to us as a species. We have been cultured into consuming things, and many people do not know the history as to why we ended up consuming those things. And if you understand the history, you're going to see a lot of things we ended up consuming was due to crisis way back in the past with our ancestors.
All right.
And that has led us into reaching a point where we consuming these things on a regular, so much so that we have this increase in fat development, in fat production and fat storage. And if fat is a very, very important endocrine system, it means excessive storage of it is going to lead to hormonal imbalances. And
okay.
Because 1 in every 3 females now suffer from some sort of fertility issue. These are not by accident. All of these happen because of what we have been consuming, and we need to understand the history of it and have that diet coach so you can reverse all these health issues. So this is what Setwire's Holistic Health Clinic is all about. Reversing diseases through nutrition.
All right, nice man. So Seth, terrific information as usual. We're out of time, but you can call Seth on 761-1952 or 279-3935. Give him a call today and get started, man, with that transition. Seth, thanks a lot. I'll see you Sunday?
Yes. You'll see me Sunday.
Of course, yes. All right, nice
All right,
man.
then. Thanks for having me.
All right, so that's Seth Wile aboard on the inside, the Seth Wile Holistic Health Clinic. Make sure and check him out. And we got some birthdays to get to before we make our way out of here. Remember, distribution for Run Stefan Run takes place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we got Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. right here at Synergy TV, and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it is posted on the social media, Stefan Reach Productions Facebook page. You can go there. It is on the Instagram, Stefan Reach Productions page as well. And it will be on my page, my personal page, in just a little bit. Birthday wishes. So we would like to wish Ryan a happy birthday. Wait, hold on. You see what I mean? Happy birthday to Ryan this Friday. Today's Tuesday. All right, so apparently Ryan, who lives in the Cayman Islands and watches the show every day, is celebrating his birthday on Friday. So Ryan, happy birthday to you on Friday, man. And don't do like man on the ground and wait for it Friday, because they send it real early, and we ain't going back that far to get to those emails. Also, sending birthday greetings to Lily, wishing her an amazing day and much more. Lots of love from your children, Damien and Diane. So, Lily, happy birthday to you. Also, we got to say happy birthday to Shanae Haricharan. A blessed happy birthday. She celebrates it today, May the 20th. Hope you have a wonderful day. And this is coming from your dad, Rajendra, aka Ginger, mom, Syra, brother Sean, sister-in-law, Keisha, niece, Isla, Isla, it's pronounced Isla, and special friend, Stefan. And they want you to know they love you a lot. All right, nice man. Shanae. And finally, good morning. Please convey birthday greetings to Courtney Suknanan from Arima. Greetings coming down from Russell, Sally, Roslyn, and may God's blessings be with you forever. That is Courtney Suknanan. All right, so we wrap things up for today. Do not forget, immediately following the repeat of this program, you will get that powerful word from the San Juan Revival Ministries and the Christian Union Church. And we are out for today. Tomorrow we have Behind the Badge and Pastor John on. Remember, if you have registered for Run, Stefan Run, in whatever part of Trinidad and Trinidad, I don't know anybody that may have registered from Tobago, but wherever you're registered, you are collecting at Synergy TV, located at number 19 Arapita Avenue in Woodbrook, and you are collecting on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Saturday, we are here from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then we will see you on Sunday morning for 6 a.m. at QRC. Remember that. So, until tomorrow, we out.
Good morning. Welcome.